Senate has passed for second reading the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2025, which seeks to hold the presidential, governorship, National Assembly and State Assembly elections on the same day across the country. The bill, which is sponsored by Senator Saliu Mustafa, Kwara Central, seeks to amend the Electoral Act 2022 to reduce the very high cost of elections. It proposes a drastic overhaul of Nigeria's current staggered election system, reducing expenses and restoring public confidence in the electoral process. The bill also seeks to shorten the campaign period to ease financial burdens on political parties, candidates, and the government. Additionally, it would allow elected officials such as the president, vice president, governors, and legislatures to serve as ad hoc delegates during party congresses. Senator Mustafa, during the debate, lamented the soaring cost of elections, noting that the expenses had skyrocketed from 1.5 billion naira in 1999 to 350 billion naira in 2023. The current staggered election process is expensive and inefficient. Conducting all elections on the same day will save costs, boost voter participation and reduce political tension, he said. Senator Mustafa emphasized the economic benefits of the reform, arguing that having election on single day would drastically cut costs and improve efficiency. The Independent National Electoral Commission has repeatedly warned that mobilizing materials and personnel multiple times across Nigeria is both expensive and exhausting. Therefore, a streamlined process, it said, could reduce errors and logistical failures. The bill aims to curb excessive campaign spending by shortening the election cycle. Additionally, it seeks to lower security expenditures and increase voter turnout by simplifying participation. Cynthia Mbamalu, Director of Programs at Yaga Africa, added her voice to support the bill, saying, "Many Nigerians only turn up for presidential elections and ignore others. If all elections are held on the same day, voters are more likely to engage with all levels of governance at the federal, state, and legislative. That's a win for democracy." While many lawmakers back the bill, some urge caution. Senator Eninaya Abaribe, Abia South, welcomed the proposal but warned, saying, "This is a good idea in theory, but implementation must be carefully managed. We must ensure INEC has the capacity to conduct multiple elections in one day without compromising transparency." Similarly, Senator Adam Shomole, Edo North, noted, "While the bill has good intention, we must ensure INEC is adequately prepared for the enormous task of conducting elections for all levels of government simultaneously." He also cautioned that multiple ballot papers on a single day could confuse illiterate voters. Having passed second reading, the bill will now undergo public hearings and committee scrutiny before proceeding to House of Representatives. INEC is expected to present its position during consultations. If passed and signed into law, the reforms could take effect by 2027 general elections. Daniel, what do you make of this development?
Yes, there are some aspects of that proposals I disagree with.
Okay.
Unfortunately, again, this is an argument where data are not backed with. They only said election 1.5 billion to 350 billion. INEC, by the Electoral Act, is mandated that every party after an election gives an audited report. Submit an audited report to INEC about how much they have spent for an election. And INEC is mandated to make such public, or by the Freedom of Information Act, people can obtain such information. And so we are going into this argument now based on the fact that it's just an assumption that we spent 1.5 billion and now in 1999 and now we are spending 350 billion. Elections all over the world is expensive, let no one lie. You see, what they are trying to do is that they are trying to shorten the time for campaign. Probably in the US, campaigns start 2 years before an election. You are able to know the programs of that party. You are able to see them debate it. You are able to see them talk about it. Sometimes we go into an election and you don't even know who the representative, who is representing you, who that person is. Usually what we have now in the Electoral Act, campaign starts 3 months before an election. So if you are talking about shorting campaign, you know, there are differences between party preparation and all. Campaign for all political parties is 3 months before an election. And we are saying 3 months is too small. Sometimes we do not know. We go into an election, you can't even differentiate. What is the manifesto of the APC when it comes to primary health care? What is for the PDP? What is for the LP? What is for you can't. So I think that the disagreement I had with some of the action of this bill is, can we even open campaign 1 year to an election? Let them debate it. Let them argue. Let them seek for people's acceptance. You cannot, when you say you are shorting, so you are shorting, what we have is 3 months. And then you are going to shorten it to be what? 1 month to an election before campaign? How? Election is expensive all over the world. And what do? It's because we use state resources. Remember when the president of the United States steps down, and then Hillary, what's her name again? Kamala. Kamala raised almost 100 and something billion in 1 week. It is not her money. It is not Biden who brought the money from the cover. People were excited to donate to that cause. People should be allowed to donate to a cause they believe in. That's why are we not saying it's expensive? What's expensive about it? It's expensive because you are bringing it from your pocket. In an election, you are not supposed to do that. It's because, go and check. There was a time we had this bank sealing the properties of, is it Andy Uba, or what's his name now? You know, there are 2 Ubas who are brothers. The one who was the senator. His house was sealed by a bank because he took a loan to run our elections. So how do you take a loan to run our elections? The people who are supposed to be the center of it, an account is supposed to be open, that will be transparently run. And then people are donating 1,000, 10,000, 2,000. That is what it's supposed to be. If you are telling me election is expensive, it's because you are using your personal money to run an election that only you believe in. And so for me, when I do not believe that the time is too short, no, I do not agree. Okay. We should even extend it to 1 year to an election. Election that went, can you clearly say this is what Tinubu said throughout the campaign?
The question would be, Daniel, the political parties across board, what are their ideologies?
You see, it takes time.
That would be the question. So it's not just about one political party, all the political parties in Nigeria.
I'm only giving reference because he's the president. He's the one who will likely remember.
The debates that were organized, how many of them attended?
That's what I'm saying. Look, it's because you have, they know, okay, if I do not attend all of these things, within 3 months, it's gone. We would have an election. I'm saying that let's extend it to 1 year. It is not just the president. The man who becomes the local government chairman in my place is as important as anything. Can we listen to him? I'm telling you, if you ask me who is the local government chairman, I don't know. I don't know his name. If they started, before you know Abracadabra, somebody has already won an election. You're not wondering, what's his name again? Where is he from? And all of that. So the truth is, I want an extended campaign period. The campaign allow us to know the person themselves who are running for election. 2, I think that election is expensive. If you believe in a cause, donate to that cause.
All right.
Why should the man use his own money to run an election? I do not agree with that.
All right.